the president has introduced it as a mentor. But in the actual fact, we are just discussing about security teams at a time like this. At a time like this. When I took that position from Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3, and it just underpins and underscores the importance of this conversation, that we need to open our minds to see what happened around our environment. At a volatile time like this, when we talk of the economy, I'm going to, my interaction is going to be more on the side of security. But since the president talked about the volatile economy, I will also talk a little bit about, and I said when we were talking of, I think we were talking of, was it cooperative or something? The insurance. And I was also thinking, I hope you also have a thrift society that you pay small, and give loan to those who are doing business. And at the end of the year, everybody share small profit. I'm sure you are doing that. That helps at a time like this. Because I attended a very small school, and we are not so many in Abuja. In our little meeting, we introduced the Truth Society. And what were we doing? These are people, civil servants. Only about 2 or 3 or 4 have wins you can talk. But our investment. And he said people should be paying. So he's submitting 5,000. We need once a month. 5,000, 10,000, 2,000. At the end of the year, there is plenty profit. Because some are doing business. When they take the money and they pay back loans, and it's easier. And that has kept that Old Students Association very strong. One of my experiences is that we Catholics don't like to attend meetings. I used to be sectional president of the YCS. And we had the FCS, the Fellowship of Christian Students, and the Young Catholic Students of Nigeria. And you will see the FCS more. So what we did was to introduce a lot of music, and our number began to grow. So with the Catholic, you've got to do things that will hold them down. And I'm sure we have business people here, even though many of us are retired. But if you are depending on pension, you will be hungry. And then you can be ill anytime. And when you have this cooperative or trade society or investment, you can take a little and take care of yourself. So when I was hearing the one talking about, I said, maybe they don't have investment. And there are lots of business people here. Because our brothers from the southeast are by nature entrepreneurs. So come to think of it, I'm sure they are the dominant number in this organization. I hope you understand. Yes. And the other thing I want to say, I don't know how you got the names. CMO crisis. I wish if I were to contribute, I said Christ is our pillar. That is what I would have loved to receive. The CMO is our pillar. I'm just thinking aloud. But it's something like I just talk because when I was preparing for this, and I was talking about when the Israelites left, when Pharaoh was forced to release the Israelites, we had the pillar of fire, and when the army of the Egyptians were almost catching up with them by the Red Sea, the pillar of fire came and blocked them. And so the army of Pharaoh did not have the opportunity. They could not. And after they had crossed and they attempted to cross, what happened? The wall of water consumed them. So I like it. I wish that CMO Christ is our pillar. And a pillar, the pillar of fire that gives us movement at night, and the cloud of glory that develops us and leads us along. And that is why you found that people who left Pharaoh, who had always perhaps knife and fork, who were not armed, but every time, when the Philistines who were more prepared, the cloud will move another way. That's why it should take too long. Anyway, I'm just trying to think aloud about this. So, security, either food security, physical security, political security, I think that's what we want to talk about. And so, the reason why like Proverbs 22:3 is saying, you've got to be wise. You've got to be prudent, so that you don't fall victim. And that is all. Look at what is going on. You have the call one conscience. They call the other one attack. Burglary, housebreaking, culpable homicide. In the law, the law calls murder in the law culpable homicide, either punishable with death or by prison time. But in the south of Nigeria, under the criminal code, it is murder. So we have crimes of homicide, crimes of rape, kidnapping, banditry, and all the rest of it. And even our churches. And that is why, in discussing this, I just want us to talk. I don't want to just talk theory. I want to make us realize. Look at one highly publicized, the young lady that was killed, the young lady that lost her life, let me use it, at Gishiri. We will come to that. The report had, of course, 12 arrests were made, and I think 4 or so of them were directly involved. And I think some of the places that you live, you have sometime in the night, you just come and raid your area. Sometimes you are traveling, it becomes, you don't know, you see long convoy of vehicles because some people are operating. And this does not spare anybody. You know, in Nigeria, in the North Central, what crime do we have? In the North Central, banditry, yes. Kidnapping, yes. Yes. There is one word I want to hear, which is very prevalent to North Central. Good. Headers, farmers. I think that is the one that is very prevalent in the North Central. But there is, the farmer header clash is not captured in the law, but what they commit, is it culpable homicide? Is it kidnapping? Those have been farmer header clash. Yes. Then in the southeast, what do we have? Kidnapping. Yes, in the southeast, what is it? Kidnapping? Yes, unknown government. I think we call it separatist agitation. I think it's something like that. Am I right? Yeah. Criminality in the capsule of agitation. Because when my people say, when you are beating your stomach, injuring yourself, and you say you are fighting, you know, that's sorry for another thing. Then in the northwest, what do we have? Northwest. Let me say, let me mention the states in the northwest. Zamfara, Katsina,
It's sectionalism. Sectionalism. Banditry.
I just want you to know so that, you know why? Where you are, you should know. What of Northeast? Okay. Northeast is terrorism. It's fundamentalism. You understand? Then what of Southwest? I think it's only Southwest we have not said.
There is nothing. Nothing is happening.
Yes, thank you. What of Southwest?
Nothing.
Yes. Wait. What did you say?
Rape, ritual killing.
Rape. Indecent assault. I hope you understand. In the Southwest, is you have ritual killing, indecent, because you can take you can take your daughter, maybe you have a girl of 4, 5, 6 years, and you are buying something. If you don't care where they are, somebody will just say before you they have indecently assaulted them. Because they believe that is all part of the ritual killing that we talk about. What of South? Cultism? I think resource agitation has died out. Resource. We have just had a map, the crime map of
Vandalism.
The simple keep going and pay penalty because they are unaware. They don't have the opportunity to understand. Because if you are not a police officer, they'll say, oh, Abuja is very peaceful. No, you don't have access to the crime bullet or crime situation that comes all the time. So it is very important. And then what the governor, Nehemiah, he said, we prayed to our God and we posted guards. Is that not what Nehemiah said? He said, we prayed to our God and we posted guards. It's all talking about vigilance. Not just being vigilant physically, but even spiritually. And I think that is Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 9. Okay? Now, we also have, I think, we talk about, I think, Exodus chapter 13, verse 21 and 22. We talk about the pillar of fire and cloud. That is Exodus. All I'm trying to lay a foundation that even no matter the effort that you make, you need God. And that is why our organization is very critical. Because we are as leaders of the church. Because CMO, you are the leader of the church. As far as the lay people is concerned. Because you are the head of your various families. You are also very, very, very important role. Most of you in CW are also knights. So, by every standard, you are leaders. Yes, Christ is our leader. And when we are talking of the cloud, the pillar of fire, and if it's in some biblical interpretation, that pillar of fire cloud is taken to Christ. That leads. That is some explanation in the Bible. Thus, and 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. I think this is a popular scripture that we always have. So everything is talking about vigilance. Everything is talking about vigilance. Now, if you are talking about security, you've got to divide. And before I begin to roll out some of the issues, I have given you a little background. It's biblical. Nehemiah said, we pray and God. Because when they were trying to rebuild the temple, they were mocked. So they relied on God, they depended on God, and they were able to achieve it. So some people will be building, others will carry spears and arrows, waiting in case they are attacked. And such vigilance is needed even today. The economy is so bad. All of us get pension, most of us. And our pension is not too bad. But I tell you, before the 15th of every month, the money is gone. In fact, the day I get my pension, it's almost gone. The day I get my pension, by the time I give the home for house, by the time I buy my medication, it's gone. So you can imagine somebody who is not getting salary. And that is why, in most neighborhoods, these people, they prefer to die than to just sit down. So, that comes from vigilance. Now, there is a lot. The naira value of 1,470 or let's say 1,500. By the time you carry 1,500 to the market, what can you buy? So, it means the times are very much. But we are not going to achieve food security alone. We are not going to be able to achieve physical security alone. We are going to achieve security if we cooperate, if we collaborate. And that is why one man called Edgar Hoover, one of the longest serving American director of Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. He said the only way we can stop crime is through cooperation. It's through cooperation. I hope you understand it. And that is what we are doing. How can you conquer poverty? You conquer poverty also through cooperation. Crime is local. It grows to become all the one they are talking about. Oh, bandits are carrying terrible rifle, terrible gun. Yes, they do. But that is what we can do to defeat. It is by cooperation. When people unite as one family and to say, look, we will not tolerate this in our neighborhood. You don't need God to do that. That will take me to one of the subject matters we need to discuss. I want to discuss. I'm sure you have been hearing about community policing. That is the point I'm driving at. What do we understand by community policing? Can somebody tell me? I think anybody who has not heard about community policing, let me see your hand. If you have not heard anything about community policing, everybody has heard. Yes. Okay, excellent. Who understands what is community policing? Anything you're saying. I'm not going to be technical. I just want us to break it down. I wish to speak in normal so that I explain it in normal. Do you understand? Yeah. Let me hear you.
I think it's trying to make the locals
saying,
Getting the community or the villagers, the communities or the villages to take care of the security of the environment.
to take care of the security of their environment. All of you are correct. All of you. The whole thing is all about getting the community involved. Now, when we are talking about, I spoke about Edgar Hoover, that to solve crime and terrorism, that we must cooperate. We should collaborate. And so, when we are talking about community policing, it's a concept. You know, in 1829 or something, we have one man called Robert Penn, an English police officer. And there was something he said. He said, look, the people are the police, and the police are the people. That means those in uniform are not too different from you, because you are part of the policing. That's what he said. That yes, those in uniform, yes, they are paid. But even those not in uniform are even more police. Nigeria has a police population strength of about 300 and something thousand. And we claim our population is about 230 million. That means if you see out of this 100,000, how many are physically available? And that is a challenge. That is the challenge. With the books you have on ground is never adequate. But even if you have 1 million police officers in Nigeria, and you have an uncooperative public, they are never going to achieve anything. And so what is the duty of the police and the public? And so they say, look, community policing is a system of policing whereby the public and the police identify problems that are common to the public. They identify that when our women are coming from Wuse, those seats, to cross to Zone 2 through the Anglican Church, those who come in the morning, they snatch their bags. They harass them. The community has identified a problem. And then the police in that locality. I said, look, this is the challenge that we have. We agree. How do we solve it? The police and the members of the public will agree on the strategy. But for this to happen, the police organization must reorganize itself in such a way that it accommodates. It is not enough that the commander there agree that this is what you have. But the police organization must organize in such a way that they recognize that we will adopt community policing as one of our policing strategies. So once they have that, the public gets involved. And I think Zone 6 and Yeshuaga has mobilized. I've not started the same time. I'm not doing introduction. This lecture is for 1 hour. I'm sure if he stops me, aren't you going to protest?
Yes, I know.
If he stops me, will you agree? No. Yes, I know. Because, you see, the problem that we have, a lot of people come to say they understand community policing. And so in community policing, you must have mutual respect, mutual trust, confidence. That means The police will not just stay at the checkpoint and they're collecting money. That means your daughter will not be taking your grandchild to school and they just stop, say, look, back. Even when she has shown her documents, they will not accept. Does that build confidence in the mind of the public? No. But when you find a policeman or police officers who are on patrol and they come to a workshop where you are repairing vehicles, or they come to the market, okay, morning sir, how is everybody? I hope you are fine. Say yes. Okay, sir, if you have any complaint, please, this is my number. This is even the other thing that is coming will also have you to say boom. And you have a motorcycle is stolen by a car. You call that number and the number is activated. I hope you understand. Yeah. Will that not build confidence? That then you can now relate with the police. That is community policing. That means the police can send you text messages. Oh, you must have heard some gunshots. There were some hoodlums and we were chasing them, and our officers briefed them. Your mind is at rest. The police and you are related.
Once your friend.
Then you are no longer seeing them. You can now give them information. You are not afraid they are going to tell that thief in your neighborhood whom everybody know. You don't know. It's who has informed us. You know it will not happen. That is community policing. It's the involvement of the public. That is community policing. Because in an area where you have successful community policing, you are not going to have crime. Then from that community policing, you are going to develop what is called early warning and response mechanism. Because in your neighborhood, you have your community policing. There are two parallel leadership in the local, in the neighborhood association. The Yorubas are against the Hausas, the Hausas are against the Idomas. Let me use community. I hope you understand those examples. Now, you will not say, this crisis we are having in this association, it has been on for 3 months, so you inform the authority. That is what we call early warning. And that early warning will trigger a response. The DPO will now call the people and say, oh, this is your neighbor association, you are doing very well, but we learn there is a problem. You begin to call the parties and you resolve them. That is the early warning and response mechanism. And that is one way you solve crime. And how do you have early warning and response mechanism? You must have what is called situational awareness. That situational awareness tells you that it means you are alert. The way AID is standing, when he started the lecture, this is not the way he is doing now. He said it again, you are alert, you are observant. Yes, that is situational awareness. Being aware. That guy has been back. I saw it last time when I came back from work. It is still there. You better inform the police. You are aware something unusual happening in your neighborhood. That is situational awareness. Now, when you build all this into community policing, you make the community policing very robust. Community policing is not vigilantism. Because there is a lot of danger when you give weapons to people who are trained. When you give weapons to those, you give them a gun that you can't control. But the public never wanted, the politicians never wanted. In 2013, I think 2015 or so, Buhari released about 13.something billion for special constabulary. And then the police act was the one we call Friday police. And they said, look, in the FCT, The government, federal government will pay for 1,000 special constabulary. Recruit them from Nyanya, where they live. Recruit them from Zone 6. But they must, when they are going on patrol, we will give them police uniform. We change the color. That is what you find in what we call it, Nigerian Security Operations Ability, or share, or the one you call private police. That means the vigilante will be accommodated in that. Then they will be accountable. They will not behave like those people in what is it, Urugu somewhere. Well, some people were without training, they just hack them. But when you have a special constabulary, that means those of us in those seats can say, look, we have identified 5 people. Train them, give them uniform. That means when they will report and say we are going on patrol, and they will put one regular conventional police to do the job. Don't want that. Because they want absolute control. So that if you are not their friend, they will put you in custody. Now, because the time is so short, but I'm going to be a bit of this. Now, let me talk a bit about kidnapping. I'm sure you want to talk about this. When you are unlawfully taken from your neighborhood, or you are traveling, and they don't grab you, take you to the forest, beat you, humiliate you. I think that is the crime that all of us fear the most. Don't worry. Well, I'll try to. I'll give. I'll send somebody to talk about them. I'll give. In fact, like I told you, I just want to bring my computer and start my lecture. And you are now putting break. Okay. Now, I just want to, in order to make this lecture very, I want to ask us in our church here. Let us start from let's start from the family to the church and our neighborhood. Can we start like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in our families, what is our security arrangement? Can somebody tell me?
Yes.
Yes. What is your security arrangement?
I start with putting lights around the house.
Good.
And at bedtime, we have said our evening night prayers. I cross-check all the doors to be sure that they are well locked. And thereafter, I go to bed. And of course, when I hear any noise around, I wake up and also check and then call the local community security that we have to ask what is the cause of that. That's my own.
So somebody, yes, they have said very nice, very nice. Yeah. Lighting. What's the second one you said? Check it there. Double check your lock. Double check your lock. I'll come to you, yes. But I want us to listen carefully, because this is coming from you. Then we will look at it. Area that we think we need to fill up, we will fill. I want you to come, yes, please.
One important aspect is as well as family to set rules in the house.
Rules in the house. That means you gather your family and tell them, say, look.
Nobody should be out of his house from
good. I told you that CMO, you are the leader of the church and the leader of the family. So you gather your family. Yes. Fantastic. Please. I hope you are writing.
I haven't finished.
Oh. No, I want another person to give another point. Okay. I'll give one very good point. Brother, why you put them engineer Bewele?
Yes, sir. I instructed the church. You should not open the door.
You should
open the door.
At all times, the door must be locked, so that you can screen your visitors.
Yeah.
Is that not so? You know who comes in?
Yes, sir. I make sure my whistle and my touch is always open.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'll come to this one. Yes. As from 7 o'clock, the outside door is shut. Well, now, I have had very interesting points. Lighting. Number one. Lighting. Lighting. Meeting with the family to explain to them what they need to do. I hope you understand. And they are talking about alarm system. You install alarm. That if somebody comes, by the time you sound the alarm, the whole neighborhood is on fire. I'm sure that's what you mean. Yes. Good. You set alarm system, and then what did you say? Watch, brother, watch. Whistle. Whistle, yes. It's all part of alarm system. And then he's talking of technology. Technology. CCTV. Forget whether the cameras are working. Even if they are there, put them. A dead camera is better than no camera at all. So when they are passing, they never get to know to find out. I don't understand. So, yes, please.
I don't have my phone. I don't want to keep my phone on, even while speaking.
Yeah. Now, you are taking to another point, but I want somebody to mention it. Yes? How many of you have the police hotline? FCT police command. I don't. Listen. You know when this beauty queen fell, I imagine that if she had been following our protocol of alerting the security when you notice something unusual, definitely you are going to be alarmed. You are going to be frightened. Sorry, I'm almost done. Don't mind me. Yeah, call it. Let me see if they don't pick. Call it. Put it online. Please call it. Call the line. Let me hear the not pick. Come and stand here and call something. Let me take them. Yes. But put on speaker. Add volume.
Hello?
Police emergency line. This is AIG Wilson that is retired, your former commissioner. How are you? I'm giving a security awareness lecture. They say they have police helplines and you guys don't pick. Yes. But you have proved me correct. Okay, thank you very much. The helplines work. Talk to them when they hear you. Yes. They have almost 7 numbers. Please, can you send some of those numbers to this line or to my line so that we share it? We're having an awareness lecture. Okay, thank you. The way you save them using alphabet A, so that you will not take too much time to trace it in your pocket. A into 9, A into 7, until you go. So once you go to your contact, the alphabet A will be the first to come up. Yes, exactly. So please, I hope you understand. You don't understand. Now, another thing I want to explain more. A and so on. Yes, please look alphabet A, alpha A, like that. So that once you don't go to your contact, A will come, you dial it. If one doesn't go, you dial it. I hope you understand.
Yes.
Okay. Then the other thing I want to tell you again about house breaking or burglars. The criminals usually come by 1 o'clock and by 3 o'clock they are done. All house breaking at times start by 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. So that is the time you must be very vigilant. 1 a.m. to 3 That is very important. And then I always tell my officers, if you want to make one checkpoint, start from 5 in the morning. So that from 5 to 6:30, all the things they stole from houses, their cars are moving them. If you do that, you catch all the criminals. Then when you are looking for where to live, please be careful with robbing. Stream, river. If you notice from zone 6, from zone 7, there is that under this bridge.
Yes.
So that place down there, all those who are living back in the river there, they will tell you that they have been attacked many times. And then those in Colorado, in Maitama, that road coming from Juba down to AYA, that is why that Colorado side, those facing the highway, in those days they were coming from Cow and attacking them until we broke them. Because when they just attack, they enter the car and they zoom off. So when you are looking for a house, be careful of slum like Gishiri, because when you enter there, it's very difficult. So we have talked about personal, we are now talking also about joining taxis. I know it's very difficult, but be patient. Please wait for Air-5 bus. If you don't have money for Uber. I hope you understand.
Yes.
Because if you wait by the road for any house taxi, they will take you to Javipa Airport and then carry rope, hold your neck. They don't need to carry gun. They can have just rope as you are sitting in front. They just carry their hand, hold you, bring the money you have. If you are not lucky, they choke you to death. And that happens on the way to Zuba, especially from that Biaji or after Zuba, after you go there, down to that Zuba. You know that place, if you go where they have animal market somewhere there, very terrible people, prisoners from Kano escaping. So we have arrested them there in those days. But I am not trying to alarm you, I'm just trying to highlight some places. And be careful. And then make your DBA your friend. You don't need to give him money. Just tell him, Oga, I come to greet you. Be familiar. You know, the police people think the public don't like them. That they are doing a thankless job. Every day they are killing police have no day, or they do army and all this. So when you tell, oh, you officers, you are trying, you have disarmed them. I hope you understand. You have disarmed them. And the police do not work alone. They work in collaboration with other agencies. But the police has primacy in internal security. Abuja is not a town you should have military camouflage patrolling our streets. It is demeaning the status of Abuja. That's what I think. That's what I think. So we have talked of personal security. Let's go to our church. What kind of security do you think? We have talked about technology, CCTV, is that not so? Yeah. Now, as CMO, what do you want done in this church? Do you feel safe in Holy Rosary?
No.
Why don't you feel safe? Tell us.
They are carrying our vehicles.
Eh?
When you park your vehicle, your heart is hanging.
Oh, when you park your vehicle, your heart is
hanging.
So what is the solution? What is the solution?
To employ technology.
Install technology.
Yes.
We are installing. Philip has said something. Yes. Park in authorized places. Yes. Then any other personal security. I mean church security. Any other thing. Yes, sir. Do you think we should have hawkers around the church?
No, we don't need hawkers.
Nobody is talking about hawkers. There's a kiosk. Unauthorized hawkers. Don't you think they increase the security risk? Yes. I said, how do you secure the church? I want you to say, yes, yes. This one never thought. The man is green.
There's something that happened just
3
years ago, or the day before yesterday. I often come to morning mass every morning. And just 2 days ago, I gave my car to somebody who is helping me. So to drop my friend. Drop me to the church and then drop my friend and then come back for me. So for some surprisingly, he is not a Christian, and he entered the church and waited for me. And I was wondering, how come nobody got to know?
Nobody pick him up.
I mean, nobody identified him as a stranger, and they allowed him to enter the church and back and waited for him.
Now the secretary and the president has done. I don't want to take their privilege for I hope you understand. But I was talking short about kidnapping. I hope you understand. Now, what I want to tell you is that you must be kidnapped aware. You must be kidnapped aware. You must be kidnapped conscious. Plan your journeys. On the road. How do you plan? Now, the kidnap aware, your potential for being kidnapped. Know that you have value. What do you do? It means when you are going for your money exercise, vary your route. Don't follow the same place every day. Every day with Jesus. Don't follow. Alter it. If today you are there, the other time, go to the stadium. So that you make your movement unpredictable. I hope you understand. Yes. And observe. I have been confronted 2 times or 3 times. I work with Engineer Belode and 2 others. And on this day, I walked alone. The guy had smoked signal development control. You see when they do swear, this house. The man just came with his lips, smoke, give me money. I don't carry money when I walk. You look at me, just turn. Was I not lucky? Yes. So you must try to walk in groups. I hope you understand. Change your routes. And carry 1,000 or 2 in the pocket. When I go, I just give you, I only carry my phone. So that you can buy a way. There must be to make it way. I hope you understand. Yes. So, and then, the time of kidnapping is the most risky. The first hour, the first engagement. Please, when they tell you, take your hand up. Don't argue. Even if you don't have strength, follow them. Because that is the time they are so scared that police, if you have alerted, that's when you kill. So when they just grab your hand like this, bah, even though you are old, you can't walk, follow them. Because if you don't follow, they just kill you there and continue. Kill and continue. So that time. And if you want to escape, please weigh your chances. Because the bullet is quicker than your step. I hope you understand. Yes. That is about kidnapping. Then, don't panic. Answer their questions as they ask. Once you survive the first hour, you begin to get familiar with you. Because when they get you, they will transfer you to another group, or they transfer you to where they can confine you. Within those periods, they are jittery. Be careful. God will that. I don't want to say that's not our portion. May God help us that it is not come to us in Jesus' name. Yeah. There is a lot. My note is here. Plenty of kidnapping. President has not allowed me to open my book again. So I hope you understand. Yes. So, gentlemen and brothers, it is very important that you are very secure. Watch your environment. Have situational awareness. Please cooperate and collaborate with the police. The police community relations, when they set it up in your neighborhood, if you know them, if you want to start it, that is your work as CMD. Nigeria Nigeria is in need of leaders. The problem we have is that there is a lot of greed. And because of the greed, the Bible calls it avarice. Because of greed, our country has not found its feet. Because of greed, we bring tribalism, we bring religious bigotry. But those people are not religious. They are neither Christians nor Muslims. They are not even pagans. They worship him. They are the people that Jesus Christ referred to when he was tested in the desert. When they took Christ to the city, bend down and worship me, and I'll give you all the billions of. Don't bend down to worship. Some people sacrifice human beings. Some people sacrifice goat, chicken, just to get to some position and to end at 6 feet. Gentlemen, don't do that. When election is coming, don't happen. I will see this against the police because I know the abuse the governors will subject it. I wish I have time to talk to you more so that I talk about leadership, I talk about emotional intelligence, and I talk about there is no need to compromise your faith. Because for the great, not be necessarily great, for the great of God. Thank you for the privilege.
On behalf of CMO, you can sit down, please. No, I think you should remain standing to just stretch your legs because you have sat down for 1 hour straight. On behalf of CMO, Holy Rosary Parish, we are immensely grateful to our brother and elder, for tantalizing us. I know this is introductory.
Yes.
It's introductory.
Let's meet it.
And the essence of why we said we should come in person is because the number of people that join online are very few. You see, if we're doing online lectures and it has 2 hours to come to us, we won't be in a hurry. Don't also forget that we have initiated a policy. Please, we can sit down now. We have initiated a policy where we don't keep people for too long at meetings. Yeah, so, but I understand. Our brother wants to appeal to you, sir. We are going to take part 2 of this lecture. The ESCO will decide whether it will be in person like we do now, or whether it will be online.